Hey folks, this is Vince and Ida Lee with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Mythe. Mythe.
Sure, Mythe.
Mythe. It involves mice, so I'm guessing it's Mythe. But anyway, it's 2 to 5 players, ages 6 and up, and the average play time is about 20 minutes. This is a game that I've owned for about a year, but never got around to playing. So this is our first time playing tonight. There may be a rules goof or two. We did play a few practice rounds off camera to get our feet wet. And there's actually a variant in the rulebook that we're actually going to be using instead of the actual rules, and I'll explain what they are in a minute. Let's go ahead and go through the different components. Okay, so basically this is the box insert. There's some extra cards that we took out because we're not using them in our 2-player game. There's some rule reference cards in here as well. She's got 2 of them because she doesn't want to flip them over. This is 2-sided, by the way. This one side shows you which cards are going to be in the deck depending on the number of players, and this side tells you what the turn order is, or what you do on your turn. So yeah, box insert, cards we're not using. There's tokens here. Each player gets 1 at the beginning of the game. You saw the box already. Rules, about 11 pages long or so. You've got a board here. Basically, your objective as mice is to go around this track, get to the dragon, beat it, and get the cheese, and you win. So the way to do that is on your turn. It's a push your luck game. Everyone's going to have cards. In a 2-player game, there's going to be a fake third person. So let's say it's my turn. I get to choose blindly. It's a push your luck game. I get to choose blindly from her hand or the fake third player's hand. If it's a number card, I can either decide to keep going or I can stop. If I keep going, I run the risk of busting. There are skull cards in the deck, so I gotta watch out for those. But you can either stop and advance, or you can just keep going until you bust, which is not preferable. If you bust, you don't get to move at all, and you follow the rest of these instructions here to end your turn. So the objective, again, is to move your character around the board. There's dots on the board telling you how many movement points each space costs. So each of the cards are either 0, 1, 2, 3, or skulls. And again, the skull cards are bad. And we're going to be adding those up. Whenever we get our number of cards and we decide to stop, then we'll just move that many spaces, if we can. We also jump over our opponent's space automatically for free if they decide to happen to be in our way. At the end of the game, when we get to the dragon, at the beginning of your turn, you have to declare that you're fighting the dragon. In the deck, along with these numbered cards and skull cards, one of the number cards or a couple of number cards have like a shield or a fairy or a sword or something. And you have to declare that card saying, I'm going to fight the dragon this turn. And you play your turn as normal. That card that you put down does not count as movement. So you play your turn as normal. If you get to the dragon, you win. You beat it. You cannot move on to the space with the dragon if you didn't commit to one of those sword, shield, fairy cards before you started your play. And that's the gist of it. And for reference, here's what you do on your turn. Phase 1, draw cards until you stop and advance or draw an obstacle which ends your turn. Phase 2, give cards. Take all drawn cards in your hand. Decide on how many cards to give to the other players. Distribute the given cards to the other players. Each player receiving cards draws them into their hand, and finally, each player must have at least 1 card in hand. Now, the variant that I was talking about that we like better, instead of taking the drawn cards that we drew from other players back into our hands and then giving them whatever we wanted, we're only going to give them and distribute the cards that we drew for that turn. And the reason is, Ida Lee and I found ourselves giving each other all of the number cards that we possibly could so that they had no chance of drawing any movement cards to move. So we like it better, and we think it's more strategy this way anyway, to only distribute the cards that we drew that round. It makes the game a little longer, but I think it's more strategic, and I think it doesn't break the game as much. So let's go ahead and give it a try for realsies this time. And, okay, so is this going to be okay, or do you want me to turn it for you?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So each player at the start of the game gets a number of cards. It's just, there is no draw deck. It's just we keep dealing cards until the deck runs out. Alright, so each player should have 4. Okay, and this is the fake third player. Now, the player that gets to go first either has the biggest ears or is the youngest. And I'm not gonna get into that battle with a woman. So I'm just gonna let her go first because in the rules it says if you can't decide, it's the youngest. So we're gonna go with that.
All right.
So yes, I'm old enough to know not to compare ear sizes with a woman.
All right.
Unless mine are clearly bigger, like Ross Perot size, then I'm good.
Oh my gosh, this is a difficult game.
Yeah, it is.
I wish I had like way more cards. I wish I had like 50 cards.
50 cards. This is a push your luck / card counting game, in my opinion. Deciding what cards to give to who, what you have in your hand. You can't use the cards in your hand for movement. You can only draw from the others. So whatever cards you decide to keep, you won't be able to move with them, but at least you have information as far as what. Okay, there's a skull already. So for her first turn, she busted. She can't move. Now you have to give that skull card to either.
Oh yeah.
Normally in the regular rules, she would take that back in her hand. She would decide from her 5 cards that she has what cards to distribute.
No.
But with the variant, it's only going to be the card that she drew. In that case, it's the skull. She's going to put it back in the fake player's deck. And now it's going to be my turn. So I know some information. I'm not going to cheat, for crying out loud.
I know. I'm trying to be a thorough shuffler. That's all.
Thoroughly shuffling. Very good.
Oh,
all right, so now I know. But what if I want the curly shuffle? You don't know that one?
No.
Okay. I'm going to have to show you the Three Stooges after this.
Oh no.
Curly
You already
shuffle.
got me into Star Trek.
All right, so I have to choose a card now, either from there or there. Now, here's this. I know this and I know that. So I have some good chances here if I take from her, right? So, and I know that of these, this is what's in the deck or what's available amongst the other players because I have that and I have that. So only one of those is available. There's at least 3 of those out there somewhere, and there's one of those and one of those, and then one of these. Well, 2, but I know where one is. So, again, you're playing the odds a little bit here. I'm going to take from you. I'm going to take this one. It is a 0. I will take from you again. It is a 2. I will... Now, here's the thing. I don't know where the next skull is. I'm going to stop and do 2 and just do... I'm the blue one. So this is 1 movement spot. There's 1 dot. And there's 2 dots. So because this is 3, I wouldn't be able to move up to that. So my 2 movement points has to end here. If I had 3, I could do 1, then 2, 3. But I don't have that. So now I got to distribute these 2 back to someone else. I'm going to give, just to do something different, I'm going to give this one to you, and I'm going to give this one to the computer over here, or the fake third player. All right, now it is your turn. Okay. Which card would you like? Take a card, any card! Skull!
Skull.
Skull! Who will you give that to? That one. Okay. I know where to. Okay. Nothing. I'm good.
I'm shuffling.
You're shuffling.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay.
My battery says shuffle fast.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Okay. All right. So now it is my turn again. I'm going to take from you 2. I will take from you 1. I will stop. 1, 2, 3. This is 3. So I'm just going to move up to here. And then I decide I'm going to give these back to you.
Of course you will.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. I'll take all 3.
Will you really?
Well, can you do that?
Well, 1 at a time.
Oh, okay. 1.
0.
Of course. 2.
0.
Of course.
1.
Wait, didn't the rule say you always have to have 1 in your hand?
When you're distributing cards.
Oh, okay.
When you're distributing cards, every player has to have at least 1.
But we're not. But I'm not distributing.
Not yet.
Back to you.
Not yet. Well.
The variant.
Well, no. Let's say you stop now.
Okay.
You have to give me at least 1 card.
Okay.
Because I have none now. Skull! Okay, so now you got to distribute those.
Okay, at least I have some information now.
Now you have some information as to who has what.
Put this one back.
001 skull. 001 skull. 001 skull. Ugh. So you put the zeros in the skull back in there. Alright. She's shuffling. She's doing the curly shuffle.
Yeah, sorry. Alright, what are you picking?
B-A-B, B-B, B-I, Bicky Bye, B-O-Bo, Bicky Bye, Bo, B-U-Boo, Bicky Bye, Bo, Boo.
I have to be thorough, sorry. Maybe we should just put it in a big box and like shake it.
No. Okay, I will take one from you. One. Another one. Two.
Damn, it's always the same ones
yes,
too.
I know. I will stop and just move 1, 2. Because this is 1, 2 as well, I can't move there. I will give these back to you.
Thank you. I love seeing these cards. They're beautiful.
Yes, you do.
Alright, I will take that one.
You will.
Yes.
Wonder why.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is.
I'm the worst shuffler ever.
My hands are clean. Who are you going to give the 1 to? Me, okay.
This is crazy. Here, no, you shuffle.
So if you draw a skull, it's my fault. Watch you draw like 3s and 2s.
I know. It's terrible.
Actually, you got the 2, so that's not possible. All right.
Okay.
My turn.
Oh, let me shuffle.
You shuffle.
Always pick the stuff.
Do the curly shuffle.
Man.
Dog.
Here. I don't even want to touch them.
1. Oh, skull. That's it. Okay, I know where the other one is now. All right, so I can't move. I will take the skull. And I will put the 1 in here.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm a nice guy.
What?
There's plenty of cards now to choose from. Plenty of cards. Plenty of cards. Plenty of cards.
Oh man, I'm gonna pick all skulls. I just know it.
Alright, so that's what I got.
This is terrible. I'm reshuffling too. I don't know why.
Okay, no, you're good.
And I'm gonna pick a skull. I just know it.
0. Well done.
Just like a skull. It's fine.
Skull!
I hate this game.
Ooh. Okay, so now you gotta shuffle. Alright. I will pick from... Yes.
I'm not bending them.
I know you're not, boo-boo. You're fine. Alright, so that means that her card is safe.
If you pick from here and you get like a 3 or something, or a 2 or 1 or 0.
Whoa! Well done! Beautiful! Yes!
If you pick like really good cards from this deck after I shovel, I'm not shoveling anymore.
My name is David Blaine. I know magic.
Yeah, magic fingers.
David Copperfield.
Ugh. Houdini.
Houdini, yes.
Alright.
Is this your card? I will choose your card.
Of course.
2. And I could stop and go 2, but I'm not going to do that. My odds are good. Although,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, me too. 1.
Oh my god, at least you got a 1.
I will stop. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. I'm still in my cheese hole.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Man.
It's just bad luck. These push your luck games are difficult. Like there's very little strategy. Sometimes you can get screwed over.
1, finally.
You got a 1.
I feel like stopping right now.
Or you can just keep going and get like 15 movement points to catch up. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get behind me.
Another 1.
Okay, so in order to move to the 2, you need another 1. 0. You really want to keep drawing from there.
No. I really don't, but what choice do I... Well...
Consider the odds. You do what you want. I'm just saying, the odds might be in your favor.
What?
The odds will ever be in your favor.
There's 2 skulls. Here, I know that.
Do you?
Yeah, because
Sure.
you have one.
Do I?
And
Sure about that?
And you have one, pretty sure.
The dragon's taking a nap.
Yeah, he is.
It's upside down now. Oh, there it is.
I have a, oh my gosh.
50-50 chance.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if I want to risk it. I will risk it.
Give it 50.
I'm curious to see what the other ones were, but forget it.
Well, now you get to give cards.
Alright, fine.
What are you? You can't give yourself cards.
Oh yeah, that's right. Then I'll give. I forgot that I couldn't give myself cards. That's a new variant.
No, you're fine.
You're
good.
Okay.
All right.
I'll shuffle. Hey, you shuffle. I'm the worst shuffler ever.
Okay, so based on this, I already know where the 3 skulls are. I'll just take these.
Yeah,
Thank you. Now, I could stop.
Or you keep going.
Or I can keep going. Just to make the game a little bit more fair and interesting. Yes, I'll.
No,
because it's cheap.
No, it's not.
3. If I stop right now, it's 3.
It's math.
It's math. So my odds are. Oh my voice. I'm gonna take this. Got a 0.
At least it's not a skull.
No, there's 2 in here. So I gotta just 3. Okay, awesome.
Oh my gosh, this game hates me.
Okay, I will stop. So I've got 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I feel bad.
No, this is good.
I've got to give you 1 card.
I destroyed you in a Soul. You might as well have destroyed me in this game.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that one and well, it just here. There's no hitting in that one. Like.
All right, I
think we need more cards. Like we need some 3s, 4s, 5s, like, or maybe some more 1s and 2s. Like this deck is way too small.
Yeah, it is.
Because once you have no skulls, it's like you become easy pickings. Like,
that's why, like, I think like 50 to 100 cards would be awesome.
50 to 100 cards. Those are more difficult to count. Yes.
I don't even know. Oh yeah.
So you can either draw from there or draw from me. I've got a total of 4 cards. And how many skulls do you think I have?
I'm pretty sure you have just the 1.
Okay, so that's a 1 in 4 chance.
Yeah, it is. 1, 2, nope. Oh,
I don't need.
Every single time.
This game does not like you.
It hates me. Fell head first into the valley, right?
Yes.
That's what the card says.
That's yes. You like falling head first.
I have brain damage now.
Well, where do you want to give those cards to?
Oh yeah. My goodness.
You can give them to me, and now you know where the skulls are, or whatever you want to do.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. I could, but then you'd pick up and you'd probably get like a million.
Well, I already know what I'm doing. But here's the thing, I don't have the card I need to, I can only do, yeah. Because in order for me to actually land on the dragon space, I need a particular card. And I don't have it. Giving me these cards.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Alright. So, I go.
Ridiculous.
I have a 3 in 3 chance of correctly guessing. Ooh, 2. Blessed by the legendary fairy. Okay, I need that. But somehow I have to end up with that. Okay, this is 3. I gotta stop. So, well, yeah, because I got, how do I get to keep this?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to figure out how to get these back into my hand.
Oh, I don't think you can.
You'd have to give them to me during...
Yeah.
But that's another way this game is broken. In normal rules, we give each other whatever cards we want. In this rule set...
We don't.
We don't, but you know what cards I need. I need a 2 or 3. I don't know if there's another one. There's a legendary sword, legendary fairy.
The other one is a +4.
Is it?
We took out.
Okay, so it's one of these 2. I need one of these 2 cards.
Oh, I thought it only said you need one of those items.
One. I need one. Right, one of these 2 cards.
Oh.
But in order for me to get it, I have to be given that card by someone else. And you're not going to give me that card, I don't think. At the beginning of my turn, I have to play it. So you could hoard these cards until you get far enough to the point where you need a 3 or something. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's a little broken, I think. But it's just, maybe I'm miscalculating. But I'm going to stop. I'm going to just do 5. Just 1, 2, 3. I can't move there. So I have to distribute these cards. That makes sense for me to, well, see, if I distribute them to this player over here, if I pick that up later and move, I can't. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. I have to play one of these 2 at the beginning of my turn to declare that I'm fighting the dragon, and then I take my turn as normal.
Oh, that's weird.
So I have to have one of these in my hand before I move on. So I'm just giving the. I mean, like, I guess you just keep playing then until you get to the point where you need a 2 or 3 that you have to give to me to. But then you could prevent me from winning by giving the 3rd player a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, unless I'm reading the rules wrong. But in order to win the game, a hero must defeat the evil red dragon and recover the sacred cheese. To do this, they need to enter the dragon's space armed with one of the legendary items. At the start of your turn, you must reveal one of the legendary items from your hand and declare you will attempt to defeat the dragon that turn. You then proceed to take a normal turn. The adventure points depicted on the legendary... But what's to stop another player from hoarding these cards to prevent you from getting them? That doesn't make any sense to me.
No idea.
Must be always at least 1 card in the neutral deck. See, I don't think this was thought out all the way. I mean, maybe I'm not understanding the rules, but I don't think whoever made this game did not think this out.
No,
it could be that I'm misunderstanding the rules.
I don't think it is. I said in the beginning that it wasn't thought out.
It says this now. If you could distribute the cards to yourself, that would fix it. You could give yourself some cards. You can give your opponent some cards. You could give yourself the 2 or 3, thereby breaking that chain. Because if I give you the 2 and 3, that's what I need. Yeah. And you're not going to give me that 2 and 3 while I'm sitting there, because you know I'll use it to fight the dragon.
Yeah.
So you would just
But you would be able to hoard it too, wouldn't you?
I would never get it back. You could technically, you just keep drawing 1s. Your hope would be keep drawing enough 1s to make it all the way up here. Yeah. Just take 1 turn, draw some 1s, get to the next spot. End your turn. Do the same thing over and over and over again until you got up here. Because there's at least 4 1s in the deck. Unless I give you the 1s and I force, then if I gave you all the 1s and then just kept picking from here, knowing that I couldn't do anything anyway, then you wouldn't be able to get rid of your 1s. Does that make any sense?
Sure.
I don't think. Oh.
I don't know.
Well, think about it. Like, how would you move with a 2 and 3 constantly in your hand?
You wouldn't.
1s. You. How would you move up the track with only 2s and 3s in your hands?
With only 2?
With the 2 and the 3, right. You'd have to draw 1s from either myself or this fake 3rd player, right? So what's to stop me from trying to get those 1s and then distribute them to you? And then just simply not take from you ever again. So that you eventually will end up with all 4 1s. So that would force you to give me a 2 or 3 or maybe more 1s or something like, I don't know.
Do you want to do a third take on a different variant and draw cards
Nah, we can either we'll just make a house rule to distribute cards to ourselves.
In the middle of the end of the game.
Well, I mean, at this point...
At this point, I think we can call it that you won.
Yeah, alright, we'll do that.
Okay.
But normally what would happen is I would use a 2 or 3, play it first, then draw from other people. If I got 1, which is all I need, then I just end my turn, advance, use the card that I played, this fairy or the sword, whatever, and then I'd win. So, but... the hoarding of cards by one player could stop that from happening.
Yeah.
You're hoarding the 2 and 3. I can't move into that space until I have a 2 or 3 to play to do it. So you could hoard those 2s and 3s. The only way for me to stop you from doing that is to stalemate it by giving you all the 1s, by giving you all the number cards, so that you're forced to give some cards back. But you could give the cards back to the 3rd player instead of me.
Yeah.
And then you could just keep trying to take from the 3rd player.
Or I could get rid of all the 1s and still keep the 2 and 3.
That's what I mean. You'd keep the 2 and 3, get rid of all your 1s to this person, and then you just keep drawing from here instead of me.
That's insane.
So, again, maybe there's a rule that I'm missing and whatnot, but I don't think I'd be coming back to this one anytime soon.
No.
It's a cool concept, but it can be broken in too many ways. The standard rules, I think, are broken. I mean, all you have to do in the standard rule set is give, let's say you have the 1s and the 2s. You just give as many number cards as you can to the other player, all the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Give them all to them. That way they can't use them. So all they're left with is the 3 skulls somewhere, the 0s, and maybe a 1 somewhere, and that's it. And they can only move 1 space, then they're stuck. So, I don't know. There's got to be some way to add to this game, and I think the variant that I would come up with is you can redistribute cards to yourself. That's what I would do.
I would play Uno with these cards.
Would you? They're beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. The artwork is beautiful, but I don't think the rules were thought out.
No.
But again, I could be mistaken about something. I could make a rules goof. It's been known to happen. So, thanks for helping me out with this one, Ida Lee. Appreciate
you for letting
it.
me play.
Yeah, of course. I let you play, of course. Yes. I let you out of the dungeon every now and again. Mythe.
Out of the Mythe dungeon.
Out of the Mythe dungeon. This unfortunately gets a thumb down from me. If the rules change, if there's a rule change or there's a rule that I'm not understanding, then I'll reconsider that. But if I got that right and the game is actually how I thought it was, then I don't think this is a really good game for anybody. So, Mythe, ladies and gentlemen, this is Vince and Ida Lee. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.